You know that feeling when you're building a house of cards? You hold your breath, your hands tremble slightly, you place that final card on the very top, and you think, there, it's perfect. That is exactly how I treated my marriage to Stephen. We built it for 12 years, brick by brick, dollar by dollar. We weren't rich. Stephen worked as a sales manager, and I was a teacher. We lived modestly. We denied ourselves vacations, I didn't buy new clothes for years, and we drove an old Toyota that rattled like a tin can full of nails. Why? Because we had a dream with a capital D. We saved every single cent for the future fund. This was supposed to be the down payment for our own house and the college fund for our two kids, Emma and Liam. There was $25,000 in that account. That was our blood and sweat. That was our safety net. But on one Tuesday, an ordinary gray Tuesday, my house of cards didn't just fall. It was set on fire. I went to the bank to get a statement for a mortgage broker. We had finally found a house, small, 3 bedrooms with a swing on the porch. The teller, Mrs. Harris, who had known me for years, looked at her monitor. Then she took off her glasses, wiped them, and looked again. "Honey," she said quietly, "there must be some mistake." "What is it?" I asked, feeling my stomach tie itself into a knot. "In the savings account, there's only $42 left." I laughed, nervously. "No, you're mixing something up. There's 25 grand in there. Check again." She turned the monitor toward me. Transaction, negative $24,950. Recipient, Elite Motor Cars. Date, yesterday. My vision went dark. I thought we had been hacked. I thought it was fraud. My hands shaking, I dialed Stephen. Straight to voicemail. I called his office. "Stephen went out for an early lunch," the secretary said. "I think he went to show a client a new purchase." I got into my old car and drove to his office. My intuition was screaming at me, "Don't go there," but I went. In the parking lot, I saw him. Stephen standing next to a shiny, bright red Mazda Miata convertible. He was laughing, but he wasn't with a client. He was with a girl. She was maybe 23. Long blonde hair, short shorts, and she was looking at Stephen like he was Elon Musk. I saw him hand her the keys. I saw her squeal with joy, jump into his arms and kiss him. Not on the cheek, on the lips. Long, passionate, possessive. I sat in my car, 50 yards away, and felt my life split in half. This wasn't just cheating. This was a robbery. He didn't just steal money. He stole our children's education. He stole our home. He stole 12 years of my sacrifices to buy a toy for a girl who probably doesn't even know how to change a tire. I didn't get out of the car. I didn't cause a scene in the parking lot. I have too much pride for that. I drove home. I walked into the house we rented and started packing his things. I was crying so hard I couldn't breathe. I was throwing his shirts into trash bags. And then, opening the top drawer of our dresser to throw out his documents, I saw it. The old, dusty leather wallet we used to keep business cards and receipts. Inside was a credit card, the Platinum Rewards card. We opened it 5 years ago for emergencies. We agreed never to use it unless one of us ended up in the hospital or the house burned down. It had a $10,000 limit. Stephen had forgotten about it. He was always careless with details unless they involved him directly. I picked up the card. It felt cold and heavy. A switch flipped in my brain. The tears dried instantly. In their place came a cold, glacial rage. He spent our savings on a Mistress's car? Fine. I was going to spend our credit limit to make him famous. I sat down at the computer. I wasn't looking for a lawyer, not yet. I was looking for advertising agencies. I knew Stephen's route perfectly. Every morning at 8:15, he gets on I-95. There is always traffic. He sits in a jam for at least 20 minutes in the exact same spot, near exit 14. And right there, towering over the highway, was a massive digital billboard, the most expensive one in the city. You can't miss it. Thousands of people see it every day. I called the agency. "How much for a 1-month rental?" I asked. "That's a prime-time location. It's going to be expensive. $8,500 for 4 weeks." I smiled. "I'll take it." Now I needed the design. I opened the photo folder on my laptop. I didn't want the handsome Steven in a suit. Oh no. I found a photo from last year's barbecue. He was drunk, holding a half-eaten rib, grease dripping down his chin, eyes half closed, and his shirt unbuttoned over his stomach. He looked pathetic. It was perfect. I opened a graphic design tool. I'm no artist, but rage is the best muse. Background, bright red, like the car he bought. Text, big, bold, black letters. Impact font, readable from a mile away. Steven cheated on his wife and kids. He spent our family savings, $25K, on a Mistress's car. Now he is homeless. Honk if you hate Steven. At the bottom, in slightly smaller text, I added, paid for with our joint credit card that you forgot about, honey. I hit submit. The agency manager called back in 10 minutes. Ma'am, are you sure you want to run this? It's quite aggressive. I have never been more sure of anything in my life. Here is the card number. Launch it on Monday. The weekend passed in a strange fog. Steven came home late, smelling of someone else's perfume. He lied about being swamped at work. I didn't fight. I cooked him dinner. I did his laundry. I was the perfect wife. He suspected nothing. He thought he had gotten away with it. He thought I was stupid. Monday, 7:30 a.m. Steven woke up, showered, and put on his best suit. He had an important meeting with a big client. I'm off, honey, he yelled from the hallway. Good luck, Steven, I said, sipping my coffee. I hope you get noticed today. He drove off. I sat by the window and started counting the minutes. 8:30, 8:15, 8:20. I imagined him hitting the traffic jam. I imagined him drumming his fingers on the steering wheel. I imagined him looking up. 8:35. My phone rang. It was him. I didn't answer. 8:36. Him again. 8:37. Again. Then the texts rolled in. What did you do? Take it down immediately. Are you insane? My coworker saw it. I sat there, drinking my coffee. It was the most delicious coffee of my life. At 9 a.m., my friend Jessica called. Oh my God, she screamed into the phone. I was just driving on I-95. Traffic is backed up because everyone is slowing down to take pictures of the billboard. You are a legend. The whole city's Instagram is talking about it. Around 10 a.m., Steven called again. This time I answered. I had never heard him like this. He wasn't yelling. He was whining. He was gasping with panic. You have to call them, he begged. You have to take it down. My boss drives that road. He called me into his office. Clients are calling to cancel meetings. This is the end of my career. I can't take it down, Steven, I said calmly. Why? Just call them. I can't because the contract is signed for a month. The money has already been charged. What money? You said we didn't have any money. From the credit card, the one with the $10,000 limit, you forgot about. You spent $10,000 on a damn poster? He squealed. No, honey, the billboard was $8,500. What about the rest? Where's the other $1,500? I paused, a dramatic, sweet pause. I spent the rest on a retainer for the best divorce lawyer in the city. He says that with proof of you spending marital assets on a mistress, I'll get full custody of the kids and alimony, even if you have to sell a kidney. I hung up. The fallout was even better than I expected. The billboard went viral. It was on the local news. Someone even posted it on Reddit and it hit the front page. Steven's company fired him 2 days later. The official reason? Violation of the code of ethics and bringing the firm into disrepute. No one wants to trust their finances to a man who steals from his own wife and becomes the laughingstock of the city. And the mistress, Tiffany, yes, her name was actually Tiffany, dumped him that same week. It turned out that without my money and without a job, Steven wasn't quite as attractive. And the car? It got repossessed because he couldn't pay for the insurance and the loan he had secretly taken out on top of the stolen cash. Right now, Steven is living in his mom's basement. He's trying to find a job, but when you Google his name, the first thing that pops up is a photo of that billboard. Me? I'm moving on. It was hard. I lost my savings, but I kept my dignity. Every time I drive down I-95 and pass the spot where that billboard used to be, I smile. Some say revenge is a dish best served cold. No, Revenge is a dish best served in 14 by 48 feet with LED backlighting and impact font. And you know what? It was the best $10,000 I ever spent.